For this video, we're going to go ahead and do an underglaze technique that involves blending a couple different underglazes together, sort of in a sunset pattern, using a sticker resist, and then also using what is called an underglaze pencil. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you. First thing I'm going to do is I sketched a sticker that is roughly a mountain shape, so sort of the zigzags of a mountain. I think you'll see where I'm going with this a little bit later. But this is what mine looks like. I have to kind of piece two stickers together in order to create this mountain scene. My tile is a little bit larger than yours, okay? But you can kind of see how I have maybe about, you could probably do a third of your piece mountains and then 2/3 of it sky, okay? Mine is maybe about 50%. And remember, this right here is just a piece of sticker paper. It's a piece of contact paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel it apart. Sometimes you have to bend down a corner and get your fingernail in there to then peel it apart, okay? So I'm gonna peel this apart and I'm going to stick it down. And then, particularly the edges, okay? So where I'm gonna go over it. And I'm actually gonna use this second section of this sticker here. I'm gonna piece this together. You do not have to do this part, I just do because my tile is a little bit larger, okay? Now, while I am just kind of peeling down the edge here and sticking it on, I wanna share with you a little bit about color blending. So when you are blending underglazes together, you want to go in color order if possible. All right, so with color order, we're talking about analogous colors, so those colors that are side by side on the color wheel. So for mine, my sunset, I'm doing orange into yellow. So on the color wheel, those two are side by side. So when they blend together in the middle, it's going to make sort of a nice yellow orange. You can do a tricolor fade, so you could do something like red to orange to yellow. You could even do like a cool color fade, like, I don't know, green to blue to purple, something like that. It's entirely up to you. I would just make sure you go in color order for the sake of this technique. All right, so right now I have my mountains here, and let me zoom you all out for just a moment. I made sure that towards the edge of my tile here that all of this stuff is, that Belle was in the video, is pretty adhered to that tile. All right. Now, typically, it's if you're doing a sky, it's going to be darker towards the top and lightest towards the bottom. So I am going to start with my orange, okay? And I'm using a flat brush here. And I'm going to go ahead and use that underglaze and blend it out. So that means I'm basically going to make it run out of color, okay? Now remember, with the underglazes, in order to cover your bisqueware tile, so this is a tile that has been fired before, in order for it to cover your bisqueware tile, you will need about, I would say about 2 coats of this for the color to read true, okay? So I'm going to blend it out twice. And you can kind of see where my underglaze, the tile is repelling it over here for unknown reasons, not really sure. Okay, so I have this. I could even do another coat for good luck. Just make sure that you blend it out. Okay. And at this point in time, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse and blot and get that extra water out of my brush. And then I'm gonna pick up my lighter color and come in from the bottom, okay? So I'm gonna do my 2 coats and kind of go upward. So just for kicks, you do not have to do a mountain scene. I just thought this would be something where easy peasy, where you could kind of practice blending those colors together. You're gonna let the second color run out, so you can kind of see how it's blending together. And remember, the nice part about the underglazes is that they fire true to color. So if you are mixing your own color or you're blending colors together, there's really not going to be a surprise later on in terms of what it looks like. Okay, so it's pretty much going to look exactly how you paint it on. Okay. So I did a couple coats of the yellow. I'm actually going to do one more of the orange just because I feel like it's not as strong towards the top for whatever reason. So let me try that. Let me see if I can get it to layer a little bit better. But remember, about 2 coats if you want that color to remain pure. Yeah, I still can't seem to get that. I'm not sure what's going on with that edge. Not sure, but it's actually a really nice color blending here. All right. So at this point, I would dry this with the hair dryer, which I am not going to do. All right. And then I'm going to peel up my sticker. Okay. Now, because this is a sticker resist, it's going to remain white where the sticker was. So you can kind of see the awesomeness of my mountains. All right. Now, at this point in time, I'm going to, and again, make sure this is dry. I have about 7 of these underglaze pencils. These are black. They're made by Imaco. They run about $20 a colored pencil. All right. So use this, use it thoughtfully. Okay. So what I did was I used the hand sharpener over a tray and I sharpened this up. Please try not to knock this around. Okay. So it shouldn't fall on the floor. You shouldn't be throwing this, chucking it, anything like that, because it's going to break the dried underglaze that's on the inside. And so at this point in time, I'm going to create my mountain scene. Now, what's really nice about the underglaze pencil is for those artists that really like to sketch, you can really draw with this and it comes out, kind of comes out exactly how it looks here, which is pretty awesome. So you can be very sketchy with it. I'll have an example for you of what I'm drawing up on the board, hopefully. Do some shading with it, which is even better. I would outline your mountains as well. And I would go over it so that the color is fairly black. Okay, so right now it looks very pencil-y. And again, I'm not getting too close to that line because my underglaze is not dry. But you can see how you can do all kinds of shading with this and it comes out as such. Okay, so just to give you an idea real quick, because I am rapidly running out of time. When you press a little bit harder on this, you can get a darker color. It's not going to get true black.
Corinne Cadre, please report to the main office. Corinne Cadre, please report to the main office.
Actually, that looks kind of cool. Nice. So again, this is not super exciting right now. I'll have some reference images for you if you want to do this along with me. But the goal with the underglaze pencil is to use it thoughtfully, know its worth. Okay, so treat it with kindness. And then also just make sure that when you press with it, you are using it to sketch and that you're outlining your shapes. You're also creating a little bit of shading on here. And pretty much how hard you press with it is going to be how dark it is. Okay, so this right now looks to be as dark as I can make it. And feel free to do some shading with it. The beauty of this pencil is that you really can shade with it. It's one of the only ways, not really only ways, but one of the really cool ways of actually incorporating shading into a piece. So anybody that's a hardcore artist, I would recommend this method.